Neil McClelland. This is Bright Black, Starry, Sunny Night. The title of the show incorporates opposites. A lot of the paintings in the show are sort of this indeterminate sense of time. They're day, they're night, they're maybe summer, maybe winter, and all of the paintings are drawn from the sense of place, the place where I grew up, that I still visit when I go back, maybe once or twice a year. My father still lives there. He's 91, and it's a small farm in the Gatineau Hills that are his part of the Gatineau Park, or adjacent to the Gatineau Park in Quebec. So most of the work was done with the help of the Elizabeth Greenshields Foundation. I got a grant, so I produced about 20 paintings based on this sort of the sense of place in 2020, but hadn't had a chance to show it because of the pandemic, and so this was my first chance to show this work, it's highly symbolic. It's very personal to me, but I feel there's sort of universal aspects and sort of allegory as well. So a lot of people who looked at the paintings during the show, this is the last day of the show, a lot of people come through, and they've really, the first thing everyone seems to connect with is the sense of motion in the paintings. There's some people feel like they're being sucked into the paintings. Some people feel that they're being pushed out of the painting. There is this big sense of motion, and the reason for that, well, thematically, symbolically, it's about opposites. The dark light opposites, but also fast and slow and stable and unstable. So all the paintings are have these sort of binaries. And the whole idea for this series came from when I was visiting this place where I grew up a couple of years ago, and I had my cell phone camera, and I was walking through the place very quickly and taking very quick photos with my phone, which wasn't very good. So the photos were quite blurry, and photographically I found it very interesting to look at, and I could see a potential there for paint, and how paint could behave in that way and evoke that sense of movement. So it was the sort of photographic inspiration to make paintings that seemed to move. And how I got to this is in the studio, making sure I had canvases that were big, that were in relation to my body in space. I had big brushes, and I made sure that I painted fast with lots of quick gestures. So the sense of motion in the paint comes both from the photographic reference and my presence in the studio, moving very quickly, moving in relation to the paintings, and splattering or pushing the paint, and engaging in a really physical process. And oil is my preferred medium because I can control its viscosity. It comes off the brush in a way that's predictable to me, and there is a sense of it's alive, basically. And I can push it around. It doesn't dry immediately, so I can splatter, and it's a very it's a medium that has a lot of life to it. When I'm working with it, when I'm playing with it, basically I'm playing with the paint to get that sense of energy.